All right, welcome to another deep dive. We are diving into the Peloton guide today.
Ooh, interesting.
So that's that AI-powered strength training device.
Okay.
We've got an Amazon product page here, chock full of information.
Plenty to dig into.
So we've got specs,
Right.
marketing, and most importantly, user reviews.
Of course.
So we can figure out if this thing is actually worth it or not.
Yeah, Peloton's really trying to branch out
Yeah,
into the home fitness market.
for sure, for sure.
Smart move.
Well, and the thing is, there's a lot of angles here.
Yeah.
You've got AI-powered rep counting,
Huh.
personalized class recommendations,
Sure.
and the price point is pretty low.
Really?
Yeah, surprisingly low. But then you also have to think about
Yeah.
what are people saying about the accuracy?
Mm-hmm.
The class variety, is it just like a glorified YouTube experience?
That's what we're going to find out.
That's what we're going to find out.
We've got a lot of reviews to get through.
We do. So let's start with just what is the Peloton guide? What is this thing
Like, what can it do?
beyond the marketing hype?
Yes. Well, it's kind of like a personal trainer,
Okay.
but in your TV.
Okay.
So it's this device
Right.
with a camera, and you connect it to your TV.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got AI that can actually track your movements
Okay.
as you're working out.
Right.
It counts your reps,
Uh-huh.
even compares your form to the instructor.
So it's like a virtual spotter,
Yes.
making sure you're doing it right.
Yeah.
But how does the AI actually work?
That's a great question.
Right, because I feel like everyone's saying AI these days.
They are?
But what does it even mean
That's a good question.
for this specific device?
Well, basically, the camera analyzes
Okay.
your movements,
Mhm.
and it compares it to this database of perfect form.
Gotcha.
But it also, learns your patterns,
Okay.
and it gets better over time.
So if I have a
Yeah.
different body type than the instructor, or I always work out in the dark, does it account for that?
That's a great question, and I think that's something we need to look at
Okay.
when we get to the reviews.
Okay, so they also talk about personalized class recommendations.
Yes.
Which I feel like that's just code for algorithm.
It is. It is.
But what does that really mean for this?
Well, yeah, so it takes into account
Okay.
what muscle groups you've worked recently,
Okay.
the types of exercises you prefer,
Mhm.
your fitness level to create a plan,
Okay.
and it also factors in your equipment.
Gotcha.
So if you've got weights or resistance bands or whatever.
So it's not just going to be recommending me
Right.
a workout that I need weights for if I don't have them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. So are there enough classes?
Well,
Is it actually varied?
this is where it gets interesting because
Ah.
some users are like, oh my God, it's so personalized.
Yeah.
Amazing. Best experience.
Right.
And then other people are like, there's just not enough.
Especially if you don't have all that equipment.
Especially if you're just body weight stuff.
Okay, now before we get to those reviews, for this thing,
Yeah.
what's the setup like?
Okay. So
How much space do I need?
you actually don't need that much space.
Okay.
It's pretty compact.
All right.
It says on the product page, you only need the size of 2 yoga mats
Oh, okay.
side by side.
That's not bad.
It can go under your TV
All right.
or you can mount it
Okay.
and it comes with a remote.
So you don't have to get up and
It's touch your TV.
be switching back and forth.
Exactly.
Okay, so they thought about that part.
Yes.
Before we go to those user reviews, let's talk membership.
Got it.
Because I know
Because there is one.
that's a big part of the Peloton ecosystem.
It is, yeah. It's $24 a month,
Okay.
the guide membership.
For the guide membership.
Yes.
And it covers
5 users.
in a household.
So if you have roommates,
Yes.
you can split it.
You can split it. Exactly.
Okay, now what if I already have?
Like a Peloton bike?
If you have the all access membership,
Okay.
then you're good. You get the guide membership with
So
them.
you don't have to pay extra.
You don't have to pay extra.
Okay, and then you get all that content.
You get all the guide content, like the floor boot camp, the split programs.
Hold on, what are those?
Okay, so floor boot camp,
Yeah.
it's high intensity interval training.
Okay.
It's strength training and cardio,
Okay.
but all on the floor.
On the floor.
Yeah, and then split programs focus on certain muscle groups,
Gotcha.
like different days.
So you're
So you can,
working the same muscles all the time.
yeah.
Okay, so they're targeting different people,
Exactly.
different levels.
Yes.
But is it enough to justify the cost?
That's what we're going to see.
That's what we're going to see.
Let's get into the user reviews.
All right, so overall, on this Amazon page, it has a rating of 4.4 stars,
Okay.
which is not bad. Pretty good. But, we have to go beyond that.
Averages can be deceiving.
For sure. So
Yeah.
what are people raving about?
A lot of people are impressed
Okay.
with how it enhances their at-home strength training.
Okay.
They love the structure,
Okay.
the motivation, the tracking, the feedback,
Yeah.
the recommendations.
I see a lot about this personal trainer aspect.
Yes.
One person says, it completely changed my workout routine and impact. Another one loves how it keeps them accountable.
I can see that.
Like, it's that extra push they
Yeah.
need.
Mhm.
But let's be real. No product is perfect.
Right, right.
So what are some of the criticisms?
One of the big ones
Yeah.
is the rep tracking accuracy.
Really?
Yeah. So even though it has the AI,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like the technology isn't quite there.
So one reviewer says it was only accurate 80% of the time.
80%.
That's not terrible.
Right.
But I mean,
Right.
20% of my reps are missing.
Exactly. It could be demotivating,
Yeah.
for sure.
Especially if you're tracking progress.
Exactly. And some people complained about the voice commands.
Oh, really?
Like they were saying, hey, Peloton, over and over.
No.
And it wasn't responding.
I can imagine that would get old fast.
Very quickly, very
A lot of
quickly.
yelling at it.
Yes.
All right, and then the other one
Yeah.
is the variety of classes.
Yes. So especially for people without a lot of equipment.
Okay.
People are saying it feels like just a YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so is it worth it?
It depends on your equipment.
Yeah, like if you don't have the weights.
Yeah, if you don't have a full weight rack,
So you have to consider that.
you really do.
Okay, no, we've talked about like the general good and bad,
Yes.
but there's one review I want to highlight.
Oh, okay.
This user, Demi, left a very detailed review.
Uh-huh.
It was not good,
Okay.
but I think it highlights some important points.
Okay.
So they talked about struggling with the setup,
Right.
feeling confused about the memberships,
Mm-hmm.
and in the end, they just called it a beautiful paperweight.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they weren't happy
Not happy.
with the value proposition.
Yeah, and I think it just shows, even with the good reviews,
Hmm.
it's not for everyone.
It's not, and it's important to see that side too.
Yes, FO.
Before we make any decisions.
Okay, now I think it's time to zoom out a bit.
Okay.
We've talked about the device.
Yeah.
What about Peloton as a company? Like,
Yeah.
where are they going?
Let's talk strategy.
Let's do it.
How does this guide fit into their whole plan?
All right, I'm intrigued.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. So, Peloton really started with those bikes,
Yeah.
the high-end stationary bikes.
Right, right.
And that subscription model,
Mm-hmm.
that brought those classes into people's homes.
Yeah, but now it seems like everyone has a connected fitness device.
They do?
So where does the guide fit in?
Well, it's definitely a move to diversify.
Okay.
I mean, the home fitness market is huge now.
It is.
So they're trying to appeal to a broader audience.
So are they shifting away from the bikes?
I don't know about shifting away,
Okay.
but they're definitely branching out.
Okay. And the guide is all about strength training.
It is, which has become really popular.
It has.
People are realizing how important it is.
Yeah.
Like functional fitness,
Yeah.
building muscle.
And let's be real, the price point is pretty attractive.
Yeah, $45 for the device.
Right. That's way cheaper than their bikes.
Oh, yeah.
Or treadmills.
Way cheaper.
It's almost like a lice leader, isn't it?
It could be.
To get you into the ecosystem.
Because the real money's in the membership.
Right, that monthly fee.
Exactly. They're hoping people will get hooked on
Yeah.
the guide, on the
Yeah.
platform,
Everything.
and then they'll just keep paying that $24 a month.
But is it going to work?
That's the question.
Right. Because, like we were saying,
Yeah.
the reviews are mixed.
They are.
So what makes a home fitness solution successful?
Okay, well, first you need motivation.
Right. Because you can have all the fancy tech in the world,
You can.
but if you don't use it,
Yeah, it's just going to sit there.
it's useless.
Exactly. And motivation is a tricky thing.
It is.
It can come from wanting to improve your health,
Right.
achieve certain goals.
Maybe you just like to move.
Yeah, some people just enjoy it.
Which is important
That's
because
okay.
if you don't enjoy it,
You're not going to do it.
it's going to feel like a chore.
It's going to feel like work.
Yeah, and then there's the social aspect. Like,
Where?
do you need other people to work out with?
That's the community aspect.
Okay.
And Peloton has built a really strong community.
They have.
And they're bringing that to the guide too.
So you can do the live classes,
Uh,
connect with other users.
share your workouts.
So it's not just about the tech.
It's not. It's also about the people.
It's about that connection.
That sense of belonging.
Okay. So how does the guide do all that?
Well, we've already talked about the personalized recommendations.
Right. Keeps you motivated.
Yeah, and the tracking could be motivating for some people.
It's just accurate.
If it's accurate, yeah, that's the key.
But then the community is already there.
It is. They're leveraging what they already have.
Right. But it's important to remember
Yeah.
Peloton isn't the only one.
They're not. There are so many options out there.
There's so many.
Smart mirrors, apps, all kinds of devices.
So how does the guide stack up?
Well, one thing that makes it different
Yeah.
is that focus on strength training.
Okay.
A lot of the other options are more cardio-focused.
Right.
Or they're just kind of general.
So if you really want to get strong,
Yeah, the guide could be a good choice.
but you have to think about the cost.
You do. That membership fee adds up.
Yeah, and some of those other options.
It's cheaper overall.
Right, or have more features.
Exactly.
You really have to think long term.
You do.
Will you still be using this in a year or two?
Good point.
5 years?
It's because the fitness world is always changing.
Always change.
So you need something you can stick with.
All right, so we've talked about the guide as it is now. What about the future?
Ooh, the
What's
future.
it just become?
What if the AI could do more than just track your reps?
Okay.
What if it could analyze your form,
Like really analyze it.
really analyze it like in detail,
Wow.
and give you feedback?
That would be incredible.
It would be like having a trainer who can
Mhm.
see everything.
Like X-ray vision.
Exactly.
For catching those little things.
The little things that could cause injuries.
What if it could predict injuries?
Yes, based on how you're moving.
And then it could like suggest modifications.
Exactly.
That would be game-changing.
It would.
Not just for athletes.
For everyone.
Yeah, like injury prevention,
Huge.
rehab.
Yeah, it could change everything.
And then what about personalized fitness plans?
Yes. Based on your body,
Your goals?
your progress,
A virtual coach?
constantly adapting.
Wow, the possibilities are pretty amazing.
They are, and we're just at the beginning.
Right, this is just the start.
So the guide is like a glimpse into the future.
A stepping stone.
To something even bigger.
Okay, I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about.
We have.
But let's bring back to the present.
Really?
What have we learned about the Peloton guide?
And what does it all mean for our listener?
Yeah, like what should they do with this information?
Right, if they're trying to decide if it's right for them.
All right, so we've done a lot of talking about this Peloton guide.
We have. We've gone deep.
We really have. And, you know, we've explored the features, the tech, the good, the bad, based on what users are saying.
Right, we looked at the reviews.
And then we even zoomed out a little bit
We did.
to think about, you know, where Peloton's going,
Mm-hmm.
their strategy, the future of home fitness, like all of it.
The whole landscape.
So the big question
The big one
is worth it.
is the Peloton guide a must-have?
Yeah, like, should everyone run out and buy this?
Well, it's not that simple.
It's never that simple.
It's somewhere in between.
Right.
It does have a lot going for it.
It does.
It's convenient. You can personalize it.
Right.
The tech is pretty innovative.
But there are downsides.
There are.
Like we said, that rep tracking,
Yeah, not always accurate.
not perfect. And then the classes,
Might not be enough for some people.
especially if you're not already, you know?
Yeah, like a Peloton diehard.
Yeah, like if you don't have the bike or the tread,
Exactly.
and then the membership,
That monthly fee.
it's not cheap.
It adds up.
And there are other options out there
There are.
that might be a better fit.
For some people, for sure.
So it really depends on you.
It does.
What are your needs?
Your priorities, your budget.
Exactly. If you're serious about strength training, you like the Peloton classes,
Yeah, that structure.
you're okay with that monthly fee?
Then, yeah, the guide could be a good choice.
It could be, but if you're not sure,
You're on the fence.
yeah, maybe you want more variety,
More options.
or you're not convinced about the tech,
Then maybe keep looking.
explore those other options.
So what else is out there?
But, you know, even beyond the Peloton guide,
Yeah.
I think what we've really been talking about here is how AI is changing fitness.
It is. It's a big shift.
Like, this is just the beginning
The guide is like a sneak peek
to the future.
of what's possible.
Imagine a world where
Yeah.
the tech is so good,
Mm-hmm.
it's giving you feedback in real time
Preventing injuries.
and motivating you in ways we can't even think of yet.
It's exciting.
It is. It could be a whole new way to
Yeah.
approach fitness,
Not just generic workouts.
but like truly personalized.
For your body, your goals.
Yeah, your lifestyle
And it could make fitness more accessible,
for everyone.
regardless of your age, your fitness level.
Even physical limitations.
It could be a game changer.
So as you're thinking about the Peloton guide
Yeah.
or any other fitness solution,
Keep that in mind.
and
Think about the bigger
the
picture.
role of technology.
What do you want from it?
What are your hopes?
Your concern.
Because AI is here to stay. It is. And it's going to keep changing things.
And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
the best fitness solution
Is the one that works for you,
that motivates you
that you'll actually use,
and that helps you reach your goals.
whatever those goals may be.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's a great place to wrap up
I think so too.
our deep dive into the Peloton guide.
It's been a journey.
It has. And hopefully our listeners feel a little more informed,
A little more knowledgeable.
a little more curious
And ready to make some decisions.
about their own fitness journey.
Exactly.
So until next time,
Yeah.
keep learning, keep moving.
And keep exploring.
This crazy world of fitness.
It's always changing.
It is. See you next time.
Bye.